Hello everyone, and welcome to Bago Replay, the weekly show to keep you up to date with the latest news and reviews from BagoGames. Starting off this week, Microsoft have confirmed that the next title available for download for free as part of their Games for Gold promotion is now available to download and will be coming in the flavor of Assassin's Creed 2. This title followed Fable 3, and Halo 3 is expected to come after as an incentive to join Xbox Live Gold and compete with Sony's PlayStation Plus offering. Up next, Polygon was told by a Microsoft representative that the Xbox One will allow users to play their download games while it is still being downloaded. You may recall that this feature can be found in the PlayStation 4, where the game can be played after a download reaches a certain point. Before now, we only knew that the Xbox One could play disc-based games while they are installing to the hard drive, but it seems that all games on the system will be cutting down to how long it takes to actually play your game. Now to me, it seems like Microsoft is just playing catch-up again. We saw this with the DRM changes for used games. We also saw this with the headset change, so that way you now get a headset inside the Xbox One box. Microsoft is just taking another step to finally catch up to what Sony's doing right, in my opinion. Sony made news this week with the PlayStation 4 by announcing to Polygon at this year's San Diego Comic-Con that people who have a wireless PlayStation 3 headset will be able to connect that same headset to the PlayStation 4, allowing loyal fans or people who already own headsets to save a little bit of money. Keep in mind, even if you don't have a headset from the PlayStation 3, the PS4 will ship with its own earbud headset, as opposed to the Xbox One, which will not support Xbox 360 accessories. Sad news for the PlayStation 4 version of Diablo 3. The long-awaited version will take a little bit longer to reach your disc tray, as Blizzard Entertainment has announced that the game will not be available until sometime in 2014. Speaking to Diablo fans, the developer team stated that it only has just received PS4 development kits, and they also want to make the most out of Sony's new console and the new features that come along with it. In addition to this, Blizzard warned that there is no guarantee that future expansions would ship on all platforms at the same time, due to expansions needing to be made exclusively for each device. And lastly, at this year's Game Developers Conference, a survey was conducted to discover which of the next generation consoles European developers were more likely to develop for in the near future. The winner was the PlayStation 4. The survey gathered information on over 300 developers and asked for their views of the next generation consoles, in addition to what countries they believe will move the industry forward in the future. One thing to note, however, was that this survey was conducted before Microsoft announced its DRM change. That's the news, now on to reviews. Nathan reviewed Mamorukun Curse and gave it a good score of 3.4, saying, Mamorukun Curse will fill a void in the gaming community, as it harkens back to the glory days of arcade madness, and I certainly hope that people who are pinning for this kind of experience find the way to this title. It's not the kind of game I thought would have enjoyed, but I'm certainly glad I played it as it offers up the kind of manic gameplay and white-knuckle intensity that seems to be missing on consoles nowadays. With multiple modes to choose from, such as story or arcade mode, along with plenty of unlockables along the way, there's plenty to love here for fans of the genre. And for the other review, Fernando reviewed Time and Eternity and gave it a decent score of 3.5 and said, despite the downfalls of Time and Eternity, there's a good time to be had. Tawash/Toki is a fun character to control, and the game does offer a numerous amount of side quests. I have easily clocked in 40 hours of gameplay, but that is taking account that you take part in all the side quests. Granted, a lot of those quests require you to fetch items or kill certain enemies, but some have a heartfelt story attached to them. My most memorable one being one man mourning the loss of his true love. It kinda touched me. The unique approach to walking around the field is different, and surprisingly works just as well as the standard over-the-top view of most JRPGs, if not better. There is an interesting mechanic, what I like to call the affection mechanic, that gives you the opportunity to get to know the princess more. However, while it was sometimes perverted humor or heartfelt dialogue, the actual mechanic felt useless, giving no effect that I could see. That's it for this week's Bago Replay. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, you like us on Facebook, and you subscribe to this channel for all your future gaming needs. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.